Psalm 18:43 says, "You rescue me from an hostile army. You make me a leader of nations. People over whom I had no authority are now my subjects." This is David rejoicing, really, because God has done an amazing thing for him. He was in a difficult situation. Now, because of what God has done, he's now in a better place. Because of what God has done, something has changed. It's now something has changed, and it's now like giving us a testimony, giving us a recounting of what God has done. And he said, "You rescued me from an hostile army." I mean, that is the way he says it. He sees it as God's rescue. And there could be someone listening to me today. You have experienced that kind of rescue. You have experienced a rescue, God's rescue from an hostile army. You know, you were overwhelmed. The numbers were stacked against you. The people that were against you were stronger than you. They are so confident in their own power and ability, and they were just, they feel that they are unstoppable, and that they're just going to crush you, just crush you. But look at what happened to David here. He said, "You rescued me." God likes to do such things like that, so that it will be clear that it's not by power, not by might, but by spirit. That it will be clear. There will not be any ambiguity. So the odds will be stacked against you. So that when it happens, there will be no excuse. Look at what happened with Jesus Christ raising the dead. He raised one dead person, and somebody might say, "Oh, maybe he just fainted." Okay. He raised another person that was being carried in a casket. Or somebody else will say, "Oh, maybe they didn't know. Maybe they wasn't scientifically savvy enough to know. Maybe he just fainted and he just woke up." Okay. So he raised somebody else from the dead who had been in the grave for 4 days. Somebody else may say, "Oh, whatever." Okay, now he raised himself from the dead. So what are you going to say about that? And he was publicly executed in front of many witnesses. So the odds were stacked against him. But God showed his power. And when you look at the book of John, where John was talking about a man that was born blind, and one of the disciples asked him, "Why was this man born blind?" Jesus Christ says that the glory of God will be revealed in him. The glory of God is revealed. The glory of God that will be revealed is commensurate to the opposition that had to be overcome. That the the glory of God is revealed. That's why John wrote that. And beyond His glory, the glory of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. So the kind of opposition, the kind of things he had to overcome, reveal the magnitude of God's glory that is going to reveal. What really stands out in my mind is the story of the children of Israel coming out of bondage in Egypt. The odds were stacked against them, and God's glory was revealed because of how strong the opposition was. Even God ensured that the opposition was so strong because we were told that God hardened Pharaoh's heart, that he continued to pursue. He continued to feel that it was invincible. Even doesn't matter how the level of loss he experienced, the level of damage to his country, he was still pursuing. So God rescued. We're talking about today about God's rescuing work. And he rescued us in Christ Jesus from the kingdom of darkness and the kingdom of his Son. God bless you. See you tomorrow.